So today was the first official day of this year's Icast, and I'll have to say that compared to 2018 and 2019, the last few Icasts, in my opinion, have been mediocre. And this year was no different. But as usual, I'm going to go over all the new tackle that I found interesting, and of course, we're going to start off with Shimano. Now, there are really only two releases from Shimano that I personally would be interested in. The first one is going to be a quote-unquote new Curado 150 MGL, which is probably the best Curado ever made when it comes to just all-around performance. And this reel is literally always on Tackle Warehouse's best sellers page. So a very important reel for Shimano. And before we get into the details, let's check out a couple of promo videos on YouTube. So the first promo video is actually going to be from Tackle Warehouse, and let's check it out. And let's check out this new Curado 150M. There's a spool. And if you're looking at this reel and wondering what's new about it because it looks pretty much exactly like the last model, you'd be right. But they have made 2 or 3 significant changes, and I'll go over them with you in a second. But right there you can see some bubbling on the paint jobs. That was a bad example. But as you can see, they are keeping the current Curado 150 frame, which is good. It's a very comfortable frame, lightweight, low profile, easy to palm. Palm side plate is very small, so it feels like a small reel. You can see the gear ratios. And that's it for this promo video. Let's check out the one that Shimano USA released. Alright, so here's the Shimano North America promo video. It's a very important reel for Shimano. And yeah, it is always on the Tackle Warehouse's best sellers page. When it comes to versatility, for around the $200 price point, nothing can beat this reel. So there we go. I believe the official name for it is the 150M. And let's go to Tackle Warehouse and check out the details. Now, for anyone here in North America, if you want to see all the, releases that are related to bass fishing, usually all of them are on a special page at Tackle Warehouse. And here we go. 2025 Icast and summer new releases. All right, let's check out who won the best of show. The DAIWA spinning reel won best of show. Another spinning reel. TATULA's won. Anyways, that's not important. Let's go to shop all new releases. We'll go to casting reels. And here we go. So obviously, if you take a look at the new 150M and then you look at the old 150 MGL, you'd be hard pressed to see a difference between the two. And I think Shimano kind of dropped the ball on this. They should have given it a different color paint job, something that's going to really set the new reel apart from the old one. I mean, how much does it cost to just change the paint? Probably nothing. But anyway, the new big technology coming into the 150M is going to be the upgrade to the MGL3 spool. Now, I'm not sure if it's going to be any narrower. I didn't see anything spec wise on Shimano's website, but I'll check it once I get this reel in my hands. And it's supposed to have silent drive, if I'm not mistaken. It doesn't list it here on Tackle Warehouse. That's the second big upgrade. Let me check out Shimano USA's webpage real quick. Well, I guess I was wrong. I didn't see silent drive listed on Shimano North America's webpage. But I mean, pretty much the only major improvement on the new reel, as you can see when you compare the spec sheet with the old reel, is the inclusion of the MGL3 spool. The old reel had pretty much everything else that the new reel has. But one thing that I can tell you they did also upgrade, and that is to a metal aluminum drag star versus the old reel that had either graphite or CI4 plus drag star. And another way you can tell the difference between the two reels is the drag star and the handle is now that dark root beer brown instead of silver on the old reel. So another good thing is that they did keep the price the same. In a world where reels keep getting more expensive, the new 150M is going to remain $209, which, yep, you can see right here, $209. So one thing I can tell you about the new MGL3 spool versus the old MGL2 spool that the old 150 had is that generally ultimate casting distance is going to be roughly the same, but every reel that has swapped from the MGL2 to the MGL3 that I've tested, when you are in, I guess, the lower brake settings, if they're equal on both reels, the MGL3 spooled reel will cast significantly farther. And I still haven't figured out how Shimano's done that. I doubt it's just the spool doing all that. But yeah, Shimano has updated the Curado 150. It doesn't look updated, but the new spool should provide a noticeable performance increase in average brake settings. But we're going to find out when I get my hands on one. And I don't know when they're going to come out. Let me see here. Okay, here goes. It says pre-order estimated arrival date of August 21. So usually with Tackle Warehouse, that's a conservative estimate, and they usually show up a little bit sooner. But let me know in the comment section if you plan on upgrading to one of these new Curado 150Ms, because I know a lot of you guys out there have the old one. But it looks like instead of a whole new reel, we're getting what they call the mid-cycle refresh. And this time around, Shimano played it safe. All right, now let's go to the other significant release from Shimano. Now, of course, they did release several other reels, but most of them are geared towards saltwater. But here's a surprise. Shimano has added to the ultra expensive Poison Ultima lineup. I think they added 3 casting rods and a couple of X Pride B rods. But I'm interested in the Ultima. So according to this, they've added a 7'2" medium, 7'4" medium heavy, and I believe a 7'2" heavy. Let me make sure those are the new ones. So if you scroll down to all the new casting rod releases, yeah, it says new 7'2" heavy, 7'2" medium, and 7'4" medium heavy. Now over in Japan, they have the 7'2" heavy as well as the 7'4" medium heavy, but the medium heavy is like a glass composite. So I hope this is not it, because out of the 3 new releases, this is the one that I'd be interested in. But the price remains very high, $880 before tax. And the reason I'm interested in this is I believe they're going to be a one piece and they have the fast action. So right here you can see the lure ratings. The one I'm interested in has a lure rating of 3/8 of an ounce to 1 ounce. The medium has a 1/4 ounce to 3/4 ounce. I actually might opt for that one. And the heavy is 1/2 ounce to 1 1/2 ounce. So the Poison Ultimas, despite their extremely high price, must be selling quite well for Shimano to bring over new models. All right, let's see. I think as far as the X Prides go, it was just spinning reels, or spinning rods I should say. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's been a mediocre Icast, but these are the two items that I'm interested in that Shimano came out with this year. So let me know what you think. Has the last few Icasts been mediocre in your opinion? Because I do remember 2018 and 19, those shows were electric. Like, each manufacturer was coming out with multiple options, and the last few, even though, you know, I know we had the lockdowns, the last couple years have been pretty mediocre. All right guys, thanks a lot.